Happy birthday, Astad Deboo. Welcome to a series of conversations through which we hope to catch a glimpse and uncover some of the enigma that was Astad. Like his name denotes, he's now shining in the firmament. Astad, the word means star. For much of his life, he traveled alone. He walked alone, much like Rabindranath Tagore's signature song, Ekla Chalo Re. But to that song, Astad added one more dimension. He walked tall. And wherever he chose to place his feet, he owned it. Which other artist in India can we think of that has stamped his authority across so many genres? Live arts, visual arts, cinematic arts, and the specially privileged, challenged children. Today, we begin with a member of his inner circle. Who else but his family? How can we find out who was Astad Deboo, the brother? We now invite Gulshan Deboo to join us on Instagram Live. As Gulshan is joining us, I want to thank you all for tuning in and to honoring the memory of Astad. But I'm going to turn off comments because we need to see Gulshan's face.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Namaste, good morning.
Namaste. So, Gulshan, today your darling older brother would have been like the country he loved so much, completing 74 and beginning to start the 75th year. Right on. But he's shining and looking down at us. But
there also.
Okay, you have to tell me, younger sister and all, when did you actually realize that your brother is somebody special outside the house?
Special.
Yeah, but outside the house, when the world started talking about.
Listen. I mean, see, he became Astad Deboo much later.
Okay.
Like what we say, the Astad Deboo. In our house, he was just plain simple member of the family, and he was, so therefore, just because he had reached his heights and pinnacle, he was not treated any differently than what he had been earlier whilst he was growing up. So when did we realize he was different. He was always, but no, to answer your question, no, he was not treated differently. We knew he had achieved, my parents were extremely proud of him, but no, the treatment was not,
Did he have a pet name? Did he have a pet name at home?
No, he was always Astad.
Who named him, Gulshan? Who named him?
Okay.
Who gave him his...
Let's go down to how, he was named by my father.
Okay.
His word is Astad. And the Astad word is, as you rightly said, means a celestial being, a star, stands for justice, stands for truth, etc. So he's born he was given his name according to his Rashi.
Yes.
We are all named according to our Rashis. Yeah.
Okay.
So he was which comes under the Mesh Rashi and which comes out to be the Aries Rashi. Aries. So that is how he got his name Astad. Now he was born according to our Zoroastrian calendar on what we say Tir Mahino Baman Roj. Okay. Mahino is Mahino. You understand Mahina?
Yes, of course.
Right? And Roj is Roj. So the word Tir stands for the Sirius star, the dog star. Yeah? So
it's like a whole confluence, Gulshan. It's a confluence.
Yes.
It's like he was
Yes.
prophesied to be born in your family.
Whether he was prophesied or not. But see, it's very nice because then,
It really-
so it's the Tir Mahino, and the Tir is dedicated to the Sirius, yeah, then the most brightest star in the constellation of stars, and he was born on Baman Road.
Okay.
Baman stands for Vohuman. Vohuman is the good mind.
Ah,
It stands for the good mind, and Vohuman is dedicated to the animal kingdom.
okay. All
Yes,
right.
it's very interesting, very interesting. Yeah.
Okay.
So this man has come down, came down to the earth endowed with the good mind, and a good mind encompasses everything. A good mind is pure, a good mind is kind, a good mind is compassionate, a good mind is a good soul, what we say. And that's
Okay.
what Astad was. Yeah.
At home, Gulshan, did you boss him? Did he boss over you? Who was like the boss in the house?
Okay. the person who was most bossed was my sister. My brother used to boss him like crazy. He would, I mean, but the bossing would not work with us because I would give it back. So there was,
Okay.
I mean, so there was, but my sister was the gentle soul. She was called the Garib guy of the, she was called the Garib guy. So yeah, so both these brother and sister of mine, they're very, very soft, gentle souls. Both of them, extremely soft, extremely sensitive. I mean, Astad wore his heart on his sleeve, so gentle, so sensitive. And so so fights used to be on, there was no issue on the fights, But, yeah, even till I mean, he used to boss around. Boss around.
Okay. Now, outside your home, they say "Ghar ki murgi dal barabar," right?
Huh.
So he's just a kid. He's your brother. He's a family member. But do you remember for so many years, Gulshan, he was sort of he had to walk alone. He had to walk against so many obstacles. Was there a moment, did the Padma Shri mean something very special to him, or the Sangeet Natak Academy? Was there a moment where he felt, okay, now I'm recognized?
But of course it meant to him, definitely. To get this feeling of, I mean, it was a great moment of satisfaction to be finally being recognized. Finally being recognized, recognized, accepted. Yes, and the acceptance was there. Acceptance came about slowly, but the recognition. But the greatest satisfaction, I mean, he was so touched, he was so humbled by the Krishna Gana award that he got in 2008. That was the
Really?
most touching moment for him. That he was finally accepted, recognized by these tangrams, by the by the orthodox, traditional, classical, where it was very, I mean, right from his early days, it was very difficult. Nobody would accept him, and he died to be accepted, to be recognized for all he was done. So this was this lifetime achievement award that he got by by the Krishna Sabha. Yeah, Krishna Gana Sabha. He was meant a lot to him.
Wow, I never thought that it was in my city that this
2008.
happened.
Sorry?
Yeah, 2008. I didn't realize that an award from a private institution like in my city would give him so much, so much joy. And
It
yeah,
is.
but
It is. I mean, it may be it's a very prestigious I mean award according to, I mean, to him it meant a lot.
okay, Gulshan, whenever I met Astad, wherever it was, I've met him in New York, I've met him in London, of course, I've met him in Mumbai, I've met him in Delhi, I've met him in Chennai. It was always, he was there for work, for a performance. And whenever we said, let's meet for a cup of coffee, he wouldn't eat anything. I mean, he wouldn't eat anything. He said, it's like, couple of days before a show, I just stop eating. So when he does eat, what were his favorite foods? What did he really
When
enjoy
he,
eating?
yeah. I mean, see, as you rightly said, that on the day of his performance, how he did it, I don't know. I always used to tell him, how you do it, I don't know. But on the day of his performance, no, the day before he used to eat, but light. But on the day of his performance, zero, zilch. He used to earlier have juice and things like that. But after that, nothing, you know. But where his favorite foods are concerned, he was a foodie, as you know. He loved all types of food. You know, in fact, he would get bored with the same type of food if he was given day in and out. So he needed a variety. If you ask any one of his friends, I mean, even today, I was talking to a friend, a lady, you know, and she said Astad used to come home, and the first thing he used to do was go into the kitchen, and he would say, "Sumanagi tame aaj," you know. So his thing was food. He was a foodie, and so his where the Parsi, I mean, he loved sushi. He loved all types of food. You know, I mean, at home, it would be like when we were growing up, he would like plain simple food, like what you would call, what the Mars call, varan bhat, which is just plain simple dal and chawal. Yeah. Along, of course, Babas, we are Parsis, so we must have an accompaniment of, say, fish or prawns. So today, on his birthday, we will be having mora dal chawal with machi no patio. You understand that? Machi
Yes,
is
yes,
fish.
yes.
Yeah, patio is the gravy, sweet and sour gravy that he made. And that
Okay.
is what he used to like very much. The other dish that he liked very much, and he used to rustle this up on his travels, on his early travels during his hitchhiking days at his friend's home or whatever, was akuri. You know what
Of
akuri
course.
is? Yes.
Yes, yes, eggs.
Taj,
Yes.
Taj today serves akuri on toast, you know. So he loved akuri, and he used to make akuri for all his friends. And the other dish that he liked at home was we called curry chawal. So curry
Yeah,
is, you know, curry. Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay.
out of the rice.
Okay, Gulshan, something else.
But yeah,
When did you watch? Do you have a memory of when you first watched your brother perform on stage? And what were your
sorry.
memories of that? When did you first watch Astad perform on stage, and what was your reaction then?
Okay. 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 Asa, my reaction was wow, tremendous. Because Anita, his production, his performance was not just dance. There's a whole lot of other things that went into it. His music was just awesome, out of this world, haunting, daunting, glorious, everything put together. So he would start off with an alap, one way of saying it, you know, and then he would sort of go into a crescendo of joy, of words, etc. His lighting, the lighting of the stage, his design, the stagecraft, all this was rolled into one, which we had never seen before. Yeah. So this was something mind-blowing, because when he came back after a sojourn of 9 years, traveling, learning, uh, absorbing, like he was like a sponge. Yeah, he was like a sponge. He would sort of take in everything, and what he did not like, he would discard. Like, say, for example, in London, he trained under the Martha Graham School, the technique of Martha Graham dance, the school of Martha Graham. Yeah. But he, after some time, he realized this is not it, this is not me, this is not what I'm looking for. He kept it away. So this way, he kept on traveling, he kept on learning. He went to Japan, he played with the Philopoulos, he trained with Pina Bausch at Wuppertal. He learned a lot from her about choreography, how things are done. And so this is what, and when he came back, he wanted to show it all, bring it all to the
Yeah.
people, to the stage. Simple. In the early days, Anita, it was all simple. His first performance was what called Sandstorm. Sandstorm, you know, and then he had these huge, big pedestal fans put in the, what do you call them? Screens. No, what do you call them? Yeah. Sort of to kind of
Wings,
show and
in the wings, in the
wings.
wings.
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. So, sort of then he would sort of go against the fan, go back. So that was people right from the beginning were enthralled by him, by his shows, by his performance. That was first thing. Later on, he would show harsh reality of social problem, the drug abuse, insomnia, There was one other asylum, yeah. And there he would bang his head against he would bang his stage on the,
Stage.
he would bang his head on the stage. He would jab needles in his arm to show the drug addiction. He would do all sorts of things. And I would think to myself, this guy is mad, you know, to do all. But there was this, and so Gautam objected to this statement of mine, calling him mad. But there is a very fine line between madness and genius. And he was a genius. He was
Wow.
totally passionate, totally immersed, totally absorbed in his work, in his life, that he didn't see anything else. You know?
So
And
Gulshan,
people were left.
yeah. Now, look, I know people were left mesmerized because he really wanted people to have an experience, not just watch a performance. And I know how hard he worked on that. You know, for the world, Astad is known with his colorful costumes, right?
Yes.
Lots of fabric and drama,
Yes.
high drama,
Yes.
high theater.
Yes.
And
Yes.
but whenever I saw him off stage, it would be in simple, mostly white, a kurta, a Lucknow, you know, like a nice khadi kurta or something. But did he have a favorite color? Was it white?
White. White.
Okay.
For it was always white. In college also
White.
it was, you know, this white thing is a very, I mean, Parsis generally, I mean, you see Parsi men, olden Parsi men, you know, they would all be dressed in white. White, what we used to call in those days duck pants, you know, those trousers, white trousers with duck, I know it's called duck material, duck fabric, and white shirt, crisp white shirt. So this must have come down, you know, but his, so he was, and love of cotton, I mean, all of us, my sister, me, him, we all love cotton. We only wear cotton. And we just don't wear cotton, we wear beautiful ethnic cotton. So every time I am, or my sister, or him, of course, are always commented on, on our outfits that we wear. So this thing came about from childhood also, because we grew up in Jamshedpur, Anita.
Yeah.
A lot of Bengali influence. The Bengali women with their beautiful Bengali saris and the tangas, etc. So that came about from them. So my sister also has the most awesome collection of Bengali saris.
Did Astad ever lose his temper at home?
Okay, of course he
At home.
See, listen. I mean, of course of course he lost his temper at home. Everybody loses their temper. But temper at home, of course. I mean, we had our massive fights, you know, because he and I were chalk and cheese, you know, never agreed on, his approach, his attitude, his everything is totally different from mine, you know. And because that is why I always to tell him, I don't know how you take all this, you know, because his life was a difficult life, you know, his constant struggle, you know, his constant lament of the lack of sponsorships, lack of fun, because abroad, what he saw abroad, where artists were always looked after by the government, by the various bodies, which he didn't get here, you know, and so that used to really bother him all the time, you know. So yeah, we had our massive fights. To date, we had our fights. No issue.
Okay.
What I remember as a child, they used to all gang up against me. As I told you, my sister is a gentle soul, so always protected. My brother and my cousin used to live with us. So these two boys and my sister were on one side, and their poor me was on the other side.
No poor you, Gulshan. I don't believe any poor you, Gulshan. You would give it right back to them, okay? Right back to them. Yeah.
No. It's good fun. Yeah.
So Gulshan,
and my father, sorry, one more thing. My father always used to, whenever we had a fight, he would always say, but Gulshan, she's your Didi. Gulshan, he's your elder brother. You must respect them. You must not fight with them. And I would say, okay, give me a break.
Gulshan, tell me, he was such a private person. He had a very, very small, he had thousands of acquaintances and of course, hundreds and thousands of fans, but he was a very private individual. So were you the first person to know that he was ill?
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, but so you see, the point is that he used to tell me everything. So there was nothing good, bad, ugly, whatever it was, So there were no, so there was, so he told me. In fact, I knew about it because I also, when we had gone to the hospital, etc., I'd seen his reports and I told him, so he knew, I knew, so there was nothing to be told about it, knew,
Yeah, because he was always planning for something else and the next project and the next project and the next project. And it must have been really hard for you as a younger sister to realize that, okay, this person is actually mortal in some ways, that we're all human. But tell me, if you're sending Astad a message or a birthday wish, what do you want to tell him right now? What would you like to say to him right now?
Okay. I mean, this morning, Kamal and I were talking on the phone, and we both laughed because today, I mean, it's his birthday, and we had this thing between us. We used to sing this happy birthday song, which was sung in the most Besura tune, which you would feel that you were never born, and we would sing. and and my mother used to sing that when we were small, and so that is, and she said that this is what we would have sung today for him.
Wow. Okay.
You know what it stands? It's a very sweet little thing. I'll just tell you. It is. We say Sakhi Suraj. Suraj, you'll understand. Sakhi Suraj, bhale ugea. Uge is to rise. Yeah. So bhale ugea. Mara wala Astad par bhale ugea means, oh Sakhi, oh my oh the rising sun, my friend, endow your rising, your first rays of the rising sun on Astad. So if I'm saying a happy birthday to you, I will say the same thing, and I would say, oh dear sun, bestow your light on dear Anita. That is what.
Thank you so much, Gulshan. Thank you for sharing this and getting our day started. And we have loved your brother. We've admired your brother, and thank you for this little glimpse into the private person that he was. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Anita. Thank you for celebrating his birthday in such a big platform. Thank you.
Bye. Bye.
Bye. Bye.